Good day, everyone!
Hello!
Welcome back to Corner of Remnant!
Yes!
Woo-woo!
Woohoo!
This be what the third last one.
Yes! We're also not the best of intros, but we're trying.
Yes.
Yes, but this will be the third last one, I guess, because I guess I guess no point to not taking a break after the finale, but it's crazy to think that's only 2 weeks away.
I know,
right?
1
week away. 1 week away, actually, because it comes out tonight.
Yeah.
So 1 week away from the finale, and
next week.
got the episode coming up tonight. Again, shorter one.
Yes.
But
yeah,
seeing the thumbnail and title and stuff. Yeah, but at this point, the last one has to be like half an hour long.
It will have to, especially with the credits at the end as well.
And again, RWBY fights in general have gotten shorter, so it's not that not that strange for the episodes to be shorter if there's a lot of fighting, because typically the fights are just shorter in general.
Yeah.
And at this point, how much more talking can we do? Although I say that there was a very, very good point brought from RWBY Rewind that I'm very excited to people who haven't watched RWBY Rewind, obviously, people to see this episode, because there's a really good quote someone says. So very excited for that.
I cannot wait for this episode. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, the RWBY Rewind and the title and stuff, this should be a really, really good one.
Yeah. What's the second last episode?
Hello to everyone in the chat. Yes! Oscar, hello.
Yeah, yeah!
Yes, I know. Yes. Thank you. Yes? Okay. Anyway. No, seriously, someone mentioned this on Twitter, that I should just go do that all day.
Yeah.
One of the days on the convention, where I should just walk around the convention talking to myself.
Yes.
If I wasn't a cheapskate and trying to sell my art, I probably would. But
you can still do it. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't think everyone wants to approach the person selling art who's also talking to himself. So, it's kind of like
just follow behind you and head out.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I should get someone to help me. Like, I got a friend who's like a professional photographer. I should see if he wants to show up just to do some photo shoots and cosplayers and stuff, and maybe he can help me with my art stuff. But or you can help me, or whoever else I end up seeing with. Like, I have people who will come in one of the days of RTX, but the second day I think I'm going by myself or something. I'm not sure. There's so many variables this year. All I know is I'm going. I have a weekend pass. Whatever I do, I'll do. Although most people who I think I've talked to about giving art, about pre-order, because anyway, guys, just by the way, and if you go to RTX Sydney, if you want to get some pre-order, some like big print art stuff, like full-size stuff, you can get for free for one, or you can pay a little bit for a couple of them. Just DM me on Twitter, and I'll get into that. But most people who have done that already are going both days, so I don't think I'll need to go. I mean, I probably will go both days.
I think you should go both days.
But my cosplay killed my feet last year.
Oh,
so we'll see if I physically can. And not to mention, my shoes fell apart last year, so I still have to fix them.
I was wearing boots that, was so uncomfortable.
I was wearing op-shop boots that didn't even fit me. Do you know how hard it was to find boots for Oscar? It was really hard. I was
wearing pleather and, several layers of clothing and 2 pairs of stockings and a wig. And it was hard.
Yes. Having the convention in summertime wasn't the best idea on Rooster Teeth's part. But again, I love it being around this time of year because this is typically my preferred time of year around the start of the year. Once the holidays are over, which is basically as soon as RTX starts is when the holiday season ends up. So
yes,
I love this time of year. But
chapter 12.
Hunt SD in the chat.
Yes, hey Hunt SD.
You stole my RWBY Let's Just Live second half verse video.
Oh
you
yeah.
uploaded the day before mine. If that's the same Hunt SD, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I remember that.
Thanks for that. You uploaded the same video I did the day before.
Yeah, just great minds think alike, okay?
Yeah, no, that we said that in the comments. I said it was great minds that think alike. That was what we did. Yes, the last episode's typically the longest, but this one is I mean, Arnold mentioned it as well. This is still the longest volume already.
Oh yeah.
Including the 2 extra episodes, so. You know, and that's the thing too, like with episode 9, like you're gonna get these less impactful episodes because they have more time to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like people kept saying, for volume 4, more time would have worked. This volume, I don't think it was as needed, but I'm still glad we got it, obviously.
I'm glad because they were able to throw in a few scenes that would have been cut out otherwise.
Yeah, because we knew a lot of stuff was cut out of volume 4. Like Miles said himself, like his favorite Grimm didn't show up in volume 4, but it was meant to. Also, guys, like the pin.
That's so cool.
A RWBY pin. It was a coincidence that, yeah, stupid minds do think alike.
Stupid minds.
We're here talking about RWBY, so you know.
Yes.
Speaking of which, we should talk about RWBY.
Chapter 12!
Actual RWBY. Yes, chapter 12.
It was crazy.
Also, awesome. I have a video coming out tonight. You better not upload anything like it. Or Arnold, by the way, if he ever sees this.
Oh, yeah, I know what it is too. It's going to be awesome. You'll like it.
Yeah. Yeah, anime, torture class.
Anime!
That wasn't right, but I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared to do that.
That was good. Good try.
Anyway, sorry for all your headphone users there. Episode 12.
12.
This episode.
It was awesome. I loved it. It was so fast-paced.
It shows to me that no matter what I do, I am never with the consent. I'm never with the majority.
Right.
Because every episode in this volume, more or less, has been disliked by the majority, while I've liked it more. This episode I've liked this episode less than most people.
Oh, really?
But I don't know why, to be fair.
You might feel differently once you see the next episode, maybe.
Yeah,
no, like that with chapter 9.
One of my big complaints about this episode is going to be addressed next episode. I already know that.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact. And again, after rewatching it, and I've had this with a few episodes, like episode 2 and a few other episodes, where once I've rewatched the episode, I do like it more. Which has been a common thing of RWBY this season, especially because I've either been staying up till 3 AM to watch it, so I'm not in a really good mood to enjoy it, or I fall asleep, wake up groggy and pissed that I missed it, and watch it. And then, hence why I don't do reactions anymore, by the way. And then I don't enjoy it as much because I'm watching it half asleep, because I just woke up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my best to stay up tonight, you know, drink a lot of Coke, you know, be in a good mood, be ready for this episode. Depends if work doesn't kick my ass tonight, which it might.
I'll watch it in the morning.
Yeah. But this episode. So It starts off.
Straight after where chapter 11 finished, which was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Leo, Ozpin smacked up Leo in the face.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, there were little things here and there where some of the animation was a little. But again, what I like about it is when the animation is typically a bit stiffer, that means something good is coming, because it means they've put their time and effort into something else.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Ozpin hitting Leo with the cane was a bit and John running up to Weiss was a bit And this is more from what I've heard. Again, animation doesn't really bother me. At this point, I just love RWBY. I don't really give a shit anymore about sort of negatives or issues. I just love the show. I just want to enjoy it.
Yeah,
but I'm here trying to be objective for everyone's sake.
Well, the running animation's definitely improved from previous
volumes,
that's for sure.
It's more like sliding.
Yeah.
And up
the sliding bit? I didn't really think too much of
it. Yeah. Well, it was something so significant that, you know, you didn't really notice it too well. But yeah, Weiss running up to... no, Weiss is not running at all.
Weiss is not running at the moment.
John running up to Weiss, and then Leo... Ozpin attacking Leo.
Do you want me to take over?
Go ahead. I can't watch you do
You
that.
get your words together. Yes, and I like how Leo sort of bounced down the stairs and whacked into Hazel. Not really pushing Hazel at all, just like he's smacking into a wall.
Hazel's like 8 foot or something, I swear.
Yeah.
He's
And of course, Oscar was trying to wake Ruby up with Nora there, and I love when
I love that Nora was there.
Yeah, it's good.
I always love the more unique character interactions. When like Ren and John are there for Weiss and Nora is there for Ruby. Something about that I just always like that. The unexpected little helps for that kind of thing.
Yeah. And then of course when Hazel realised when Leo told Hazel about Ozpin and Hazel goes all macho. I love the look on Crow's face as Hazel's ripping off his top. It's like, what are you doing?
Which does show that Crow didn't know Tyrion, although Tyrion was probably a relatively newer member, just because he seems a bit younger. But he doesn't know Hazel.
Well, he may have, but he probably wasn't expecting to rip off his top like that, and then shove the dust crystal.
And even that animation was a little weak. Just him going.
It was. Yeah,
that would have been better.
That would have been hard to animate ripping off clothing, though.
No, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I don't know anything about animation. Yeah.
There was another example of in this volume that had a similar ripping off, like a Gira. Like it could be if you did something like Gira.
Yeah.
But I think they wanted to do something different.
Oh yeah, because Gira.
They wanted to actually have him ripping at his arm.
That's right, he did.
Yeah. I loved Hazel's initial reaction, where she's like, "Oh, it's Ben."
And I loved how Osmond goes, "Oh no."
Yeah, but like my problem was everything after that.
Really?
Because, and again, I know this I won't feel this way come next episode. But from going from such a mysterious stoic character that I really was interested in to just change to this aggressive, typical, bloodlusty route.
It was a
little
disappointing.
Change.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have a feeling that that's going to be addressed again next episode.
Yeah.
So I do see myself being a bit more kind to it. The dust infusion. Again, it goes to show that I love the little hints. The W in volume 3, the dust infusion mentioned in volume 2. These characters have been there since volume 1.
Yeah, they were made originally.
It's this kind of stuff that just proves she like that.
Yes.
For anyone who's going to say, yes, stoic. I said stoic. Ha ha ha. He is not Hulk. And I bet Larissa, you probably said this in your reaction. Did you say Hulk when you saw Bane? When you saw Hazel?
I don't believe I did. Actually, I would have been funny if I said Hulk smash, but I don't believe I did.
No, because he's not Hulk.
No.
He's Bane.
Bane, right.
Bane and Hulk have a similar thing, whereas Bane injects drugs into himself to become a Hulk-like state. Whereas, so basically Hulk, like, it's equivalent, like Bane is like DC's Hulk and Hulk is Marvel's Bane. But yeah, that dust infusion is more based off something that Bane would do, not Hulk. But I imagine everyone's going to be Hulk in their reactions. I'm just going to facepalm every single time.
Pretty sure I didn't, so it's
okay, good. Well, just because after that Hulk orc thing you did back in your Thor Ragnarok
reaction. My god, no, don't remind myself of that.
that's why I thought you might have mentioned Hulk. I thought that might have been like engraved in your mind to say Hulk.
No, that was so bad. Like, so embarrassing.
Yeah, but no, I did love the dust infusion. And I love the fight. It was just maybe the motivation I found a little lacking for what we could have gotten.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it might be more along the lines of it's not just Gretchen that he's like revenging for. I think it's everyone who's been put in that position by Oz.
Yeah.
Even the likes of the people he's fighting, like Ren and Nora.
Yeah.
I really feel like it might be along the lines of, because that's the thing. I always thought that was Salem's motivation. That Salem was disgusted at Ozpin for building an army of children.
Yes.
That was always my thing. That's at least the reason why Salem is doing what she's doing now. Why in the past 80 years has she suddenly decided to fight Ozpin again? Why was she not doing that for 1,000 years? Maybe she was. But it was the idea that he built the academies, and that is now why Salem was like, well, if you're going to build an army against me of children, you're disgusting.
Yes.
Going to now finally destroy you and be rid of you.
And Hazel was pissed off because his sister got killed, and that sort of goes into that same...
That also might be Hazel's deeper motivation as well. Well, like, all, like, not just Gretchen, but all the people that he's like, all the young kids that he's fought, killed.
Yeah. Every day, never playing up in
Cliff, as Arnold, as Kim, I think it was Kim who mentioned it.
Yeah.
And as Stoic has, no, it was Anime that mentioned there. It's Cliff.
Yeah, I want to also mention before I forget as well, with, it wasn't actually till I was editing my reaction, I realised, with Hazel and Gretchen, Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, Hansel and
Gretel.
Gretel.
Possibly their inspiration as well. And I was reading something about...
Which I know that I'm not too familiar with that's the storyteller of the witch who like gets the kids and like overfeeds them, right?
So
that's
basically she, I was reading a version, there's a few different versions of, so one version was that she was...
There is like an older, darker version that's more appropriate to this story.
Yeah, I think that was the one where she was feeding the boy, Hansel, trying to feed him up with plush so she could eat him, but she was starving Gretel and had her in a cage. So that was sort of like she's using Gretchen as the motivation for Hazel in her fight against Ozpin and everything. Yeah. And she's filling him up with hatred about Ozpin.
Or even teaching him the dust technique to actually make it bigger.
I had to reread the story again, but it sounded really interesting. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. So,
I'm just here for jokes tonight, Dawn. Stoic, I can't ignore you at this point. You weren't even here for episode 7 after you were building it up for like 3 weeks. Then you weren't even here.
You went. Disappeared. I saw NATO in there somewhere too. Hey, NATO. He's gone out of the chat.
Well, that's another thing too. The most recent thing I remember from Hansel and Gretel was that a Vampire Hunter movie that came out a few years back.
Yeah, there was.
Which I really wanted to see, because it was Jeremy Ratner from Hawkeye. And the actress for Gretel, I know her in so many things, but I never remember her name.
Yeah.
She was the princess from Prince of Persia.
Okay.
She was the guardian in Clash of the Titans. But yeah, like she's a very well known. Like I've seen her in so many things. But I never got to saw that movie. But I wonder if maybe that has something to do with it, or if that was just like a stupid teen reboot, with like they do with Snow White the Huntress and that kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
I think it was along those similar lines of just like let's make this a teen action remake. It's like a teen action remake.
I don't think I saw it either. I don't think so.
No. But I remember wanting to see Hansel and Gretel Vampire Hunters when that came out, but I never unfortunately did. Same with Tangled, but I did end up getting the Tangled DVD and I love that. Just off topic.
Back.
So then we have the dust infusion and he banes out, and Crow was like, okay then. I did love that. Did love that face.
I missed my first reaction because I was so focused on what was going on. But when I rewatched the episode, I'm like, "Oh, Crow!" It's like, what?
There were a few teasers in the episode that didn't lead to anything, like Crow having his scythe out.
Yeah, he did have his scythe out at one point.
Mercury having 10 clones of himself.
Yeah.
I remember Dan mentioned that in his review, and I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, I have to agree with him on that." There were a few, like nice to see here's this.
Yeah.
But we're just here. It's just that. So it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Then we have Cinder's reaction to Ozpin.
Yes.
Ozpin is here.
Is that a problem?
I was expecting more. I don't know. For some reason, I was expecting more of a reaction out of her. But even then, she didn't really know what to make of it. Yeah. And she was like, you know what? I have this mission. Let's just get the relic, but leave Ruby alive.
Yeah. I guess because they probably knew Ozpin was going to reincarnate at one point, just not for him to actually be there.
Well, everyone is very surprised that he's here because again, he did get to Mistral so quickly, and found Crow. Which I'm glad. I haven't heard any people ever how the hell did he? I don't know. Anyway.
Anyone going to mention Oz taking over Oscar by force? Yeah, well, it sounded like he didn't want to, but he did in the end.
We'll get to that. We're trying to go chronologically here.
Yes, sorry, I'm skipping.
Yeah, no, it's alright. So we have again the whole clock thing with Leo's pocket watch opening the vault. So again, more
cool. Clock
and time relations to that.
I've got Chamber of Secrets Harry Potter vibe going on there. So
That's a great way to look at it, actually.
In Harry Potter,
no one spoke Sky Tongue, or whatever the statue is meant to represent.
Oh yeah. Sky Tongue.
But that's a very good point. And since you mentioned that as well, Cinder again. Since we're jumping forward at this point, Cinder mentioned this one's so much grander than Beacon's.
Yes.
And it has the fleur de lis symbolism, and it has the Tree of Life.
Tree of Life. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
You'll have assumed. I don't know if there's a connection between the fleur de lis and the Tree of Life. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't think the Tree of Life is a religious thing. I should know if it is. I know the fleur de lis is a religious thing. I don't think the Tree of Life is.
No, it's more paganism.
I think that was the Tree of Death that was there. Anyway, if you know, of course, feel free to I was
just looking at chat. Sorry.
I know the multiples were Emerald Semblance, but we didn't really see 10 Mercuries fighting Yang. That's all.
It's sort of
we
cut
just saw
away
one.
from that.
We just saw the one clone. We only saw the one illusion. We didn't see like the 10 illusions. Sorry, I should say. So.
Yeah, so then going down to the vault, and then cut back upstairs to the fight going on.
Yes, we have like Ozpin, trying to convince Oscar, this is my fight.
Yes.
Yes, everything you're saying is correct, but this is my fight.
Yeah.
Hazel is hurt. He can't be healed. This is, I've caused this. I actually wanted, which is good. You don't see Ozpin taking responsibility very often.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess he did about the whole this is my fault. He did. He does blame himself, actually. I should say.
Yeah, he does, and Oh, the Tree of Knowledge. I didn't even think of that.
Was it Tree of Knowledge? I don't know.
Possibly. That would make sense, though. It's the Relic of Knowledge.
That makes sense, actually.
It does.
So then we have, it's cool to see. It's cool to see. It's always satisfying to see a fight where, Aura is clearly infect. And we've talked before about how, Aura is basically protective, except it doesn't block piercing or blunt damage.
Yeah.
Basically.
It protects to a point.
Yeah, it'll be like, if you get stabbed or you get punched, you're still going to feel those effects.
Yeah.
Basically. But it's cool seeing, Oscar get punched very dangerously, but, still be fine with Aura and etc. It's just cool seeing that because so many fights since Volume 3 have been more just like, fight, get hit, all my Aura happens to already be gone. So, it's cool just to see, impacts that actually still,
Yeah. So I'm trying not to laugh. Max is sleeping behind me and he's making sounds in his sleep. You can hear this woofing sound going on in the background. I'm not sure if the mic's picking it up.
I don't know if I heard it.
Stop now. You must have heard me say his name. Sorry.
No, that's all right. The one thing that I found really off-putting though was Hazel was never actually. I was never intimidated by Hazel. I was never scared in this fight. I don't know. There was something about this big brute. It seemed more comical to me than it did actually threatening. I don't know why. I just didn't feel this Hazel fight. I mean, yes, it was it was obviously against Oscar and Ozpin, so you never thought anything was going to happen. But I just still wasn't. Even when Crow got punched, it wasn't treated like, oh, he's got a massive hit, but Crow's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He just
Ruby didn't react to that, so
she
didn't. She's pretty fine.
Yeah,
he's pretty fine.
Yeah, his aura didn't seem to break from what I could tell. So it didn't show his aura breaking. Yeah.
I do like the Nora being like, we've got your team covered. Let's try to stop them. Before Emerald and Mercury, butt in. But I like the fact that Jean and Ren, Ren being the peaceful one, the calm one, the one that would be more of a healer kind of character, and Jean, who is the healer.
Yes.
Spoiler. But then Nora, showing the, because her and Ruby are so similar, it's good to have her.
Yeah.
And the, Yang's the only one up right now, so try to stop them, but Emerald and Mercury, obviously. But then of course we got the backstory on Hazel and Gretchen.
Yes, which is
which is cool and all, but again, I hope there's more to it than that.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah. Then
we cut over to, I think, John.
Then we just have Ozpin just be like, I'm sorry, I don't want to die again.
Yeah.
I need to protect myself, not just you. So.
Yeah.
Sorry. So this does prove that he can do it by force.
Yeah, he can.
I mean, I think some people thought that after episode 4 when he did it when speaking with Jean.
Yeah.
But this was the first kind of So I hope we actually get repercussions for that. I hope Oscar gets furious with Ozpin. Yes, you could say that Oscar was pretty in the wrong here. He was being stupid. He was being naive. But I do want to see that kind of reaction of you just took over control of me. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sure. But we didn't even hear his voice after that either, so he must have really pushed him down so he could take control, I suppose.
Okay. Is there a way we can ban the word plot armor? Because I hate when people just say plot armor. I hate that excuse of plot armor.
Plot armor's not allowed to be mentioned in the chat.
Yeah, can we please not? Sorry, I'm just going to be that guy. No plot armor. Plot armor is a stupid concept. There's no such thing as plot armor.
We know there's no plot armor after what happened with Volume 3, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah. Weiss's aura was broke, she got hurt. Yeah. Oscar aura wasn't broke, he wasn't getting hurt. Crow's wasn't broken, he wasn't getting hurt. I don't get how plot armor plays into control of this.
I can see RWBY at the end of the series, a lot of the main characters getting killed, and I can see that happening.
Yeah.
But let's move on to John. We haven't mentioned John yet.
Yeah, so it wasn't polarity, unfortunately.
No.
But for the sake of what happened, I'm glad it was healing, for fuck's sake. Very thankful it was healing.
It could be restoring aura, was another thought, which in heals.
I would like to say it works off his own, like it drains his own aura to heal. Like it kind of like sharing his life force almost.
Yeah.
To heal. Or it could be aura. I mean, we saw that the wound healed, as much as I'm sure everyone's going to question that scene when the reaction comes up, why RWBY lifted John's hands off the wound.
Yeah.
Which at first, again, I thought was weird too, but if you to pay attention, the wound is healed at that point, so it's RWBY checking.
Yeah.
And
she's
John
like,
is
what's
still
going
healing.
on?
And John is still healing. Yes, she picks up and says, "Don't stop what you're doing," but again, it could have been animated better, where she kind of just lifted it slightly and put it back down. But in context, it was fine. Yeah. Animation, it was a bit dodgy, but in context, I think it does work.
Yeah.
But I again, that scene, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, skip 5 seconds. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to skip over that scene in reactions, because I know everyone's just going to blow up. Like, why'd you do that? So,
well, I didn't, so it's all good.
Okay, good. Yeah, but a lot of people will make the point. And I really hate this, because it's the point of story writing, so I don't get why it's a problem. People will say, well, why suddenly got hurt so wrong to lock his semblance? That's how fucking storytelling works.
Anyway, that's funny.
The reaction I called out Emperial was wrong, Magneto. I wanted his semblance to be priority, and in the last episode, when he was reaching for his sword, it would be cool if it actually came to him. But,
no.
I don't know. I like the idea of polarity more, but, again, I'm fine. And again, for Weiss is alive, so I'm happy that it's... And again, in a in-story context, Weiss got hurt, so I'm happy Johns was healing. In an out-of-story sense, just in a writing sense, yes, polarity would have been cooler. That's not the point. Yeah. You must always look, to me, especially, you should always look at a story from you in that position, with that character's knowledge, what is the best thing to do? Like, everyone is criticizing the show, and characters like, yeah, you do that position, but you have all this information. They don't.
Yeah.
You're not that character. Yes, from our perspective, it would have made more sense for Cinder to kill RWBY than there. But in Cinder's point of view, no, she doesn't want to kill RWBY. Sorry, I know I get into these every week, and I do apologize, guys. This is my only outlet, really, for this kind of thing. So
that's what this is for. It's just to let it all out. It's just to chat about the episode.
Again, I love this show, but I'm on Reddit every day. I see this shit. I do art, 3 times a week. I get all these comments, and I watch reviews, I watch reactions, so I get all this. I get where people are coming from. You're all just wrong. That's all. I'm kidding. You're all welcome to your own opinion, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna don't be critical about the show from a writing, especially not a writing, from an outside point of view. Criticize someone's actions if you're in that character.
Yeah.
If you then find criticism with their actions, that's fine. Just don't be, from an outside perspective, be like, they should have done this. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to me when people criticize the show like that.
After that scene.
Yeah, no. Please,
and so Reem was gonna go fight help Oscar, Osmond, and Hazel. While Reem was gonna go help Yang. I just love that when when Yang asked RWBY, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "No, I am angry." Yeah. It's like, yes, best line ever.
Like, I
am angry.
I do think that both lines of "Make it happen, Ranger" and "I'm angry" could have been a little better from Lindsay. I wasn't the biggest fan of those lines.
I love the "I'm angry" line.
No, the angry one was fine, but "Make it happen, Ranger."
Yeah.
I don't know if
Make it happen, Ranger.
It just didn't seem like. I don't mind the line, but just the performance of it, I think. I don't know. I'm being harsh here.
Angry cinnamon roll.
But I do love the line. Like, it's not forgetting Ranger. Like, Ranger is still a part of RWBY.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like RWBY herself, she values Ranger as much as she does RWBY.
Yeah.
It's such like a little, again, it's one of those little endearing lines that I'm so happy was put in there.
Yeah.
But it didn't need to be, but I'm just happy that it was.
Yeah.
And again, we see RWBY, I'm angry, so hopefully we should get maybe a little bit of spice of development. Because this is the first time I've ever seen RWBY angry before.
Yeah, absolutely. Ruby is now focused, and I love the pose that she pulled as well. Her
she
quite
pulled
iconic
the
one
iconic
with
pose.
Yeah.
And even then, when I saw that, I was like, it was clearly just put in there for the sake of putting it in there because it's a pose.
And I am so going to do a photo shoot doing that pose when my cousin Rose wants to get it fixed.
Again, like I wasn't super happy with that, but I understand why it was there, and I'm glad it was. You know, but just the pose, some of the lines, like, it's all put there for a purpose, and I get it, and it makes sense. It's just like, I don't know. Again, that's the thing. This episode weird. It hit me in a few weird ways.
Yeah.
Whereas most people loved it. And that makes me more. And again, if I'm not pleased with you all are, then that's better. I'd much rather me be disappointed in an episode, which I wasn't, but I'd much rather be disappointed, and everyone else love it. 100%. I'd much rather that be the case.
Yeah. I just think these 2 chapters have just been so amazing. I'm really looking forward to the last 2 of the series.
And I'm glad. And hearing that is really, you know.
It just kept me on edge. I'm excited. A lot of things are happening. A lot of reveals, some awesome fight scenes. It's just made it worth it.
Hunt, Reddit is nothing but nightmares. Seriously, all it is RWBY choreography critique this, RWBY animation critique that, writing critique this, and I'm like, I just want to use you as a platform to make my art more popular. That's all I'm here for. That sounded really bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, that sounded a lot worse than I meant it to be.
I thought it was interesting how, and I think I heard a whisper that this might have been shown maybe on the review, but I don't know. I don't watch it. So, but something I thought, why didn't Nora go fight Hazel since he's got the whole lightning thing going on there?
Well, yeah, that is in the RWBY Rewind.
Because I was thinking that when I was rewatching the episode, I'm like, why didn't Nora see her lightning, use that to her advantage, and have Ren keep an eye on John and Weiss? But anyway. But
yes, that makes sense in that context. But in the context of the moment, Nora is a better defensive fighter than Ren would be.
That's true,
like, she has a bigger weapon, she can protect them better. And also, Ren is Ren, like Oscar, is small. Is well, not smaller, but she's faster. He's more agile.
Yeah.
And he has like that similar kind of, you know, he's that kind of character that I would love, like a Hazel Ren, like stare down with Oscar maybe, and like, because they're very similar characters in Hazel's non-dust state.
Yeah.
I'm glad too that it is dust infusion and seemingly not a semblance. It is just him with dust, so he probably has a separate semblance as well.
I heard people saying it was semblance, but no, it's
because at first I thought it was like a Nora-esque semblance.
Yeah.
But then I thought, well, actually, with the dust infusion idea, it could actually just be that. But you know, yes, sure, Nora fighting, that would have made more sense. But I feel like, again, in the moment, it made more sense for Nora to actually be the protector, because she's just that more of like that kind of fighter, I guess.
Yeah.
Like shield kind of character. And again, Ren was the one, you know, in terms of fighting with Oscar against Hazel, that seems to make more sense to me.
Yeah, he's faster and more
apart from the semblance, what happened makes sense. With the semblance, you can question it, but again, Nora is a more protective kind of character.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was just
and it just feels good, Nora protecting people, just 'cause she's that kind of person. She's that protective, you know, she's always there for, like, Ren kind of is that character too.
Yeah.
But they both, anyway, it could have been either way. It didn't seem to bother me. And again, Nora is fighting Hazel next episode regardless, since we've said that. So it doesn't really matter.
So, Vault.
The Vault. So, yeah, the Vault was great. So,
it was
a lot of people
cool.
keep questioning it. But this episode kind of, to me, just clarified the Vault we saw in Volume 3 was the Vault.
It just wasn't where the relic was.
It just wasn't where the relic was. That is
the actual
Vault.
chamber somewhere else.
It's in the grave, or it's in the old cabin, or it's isn't his cane. It's just a lying piece of shit. But I
thought it looked really cool. I thought it was actually leaves at first, but it was actually petals, which made sense with spring. With the,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I said in my reaction, I thought, leaves, why is that fall?
One thing I do want to mention just before we get into the juice of this episode.
Yes.
Whoever was doing the facial animation for this episode, I noticed it was very good. Like, it was very good. A lot of the facial animation in this episode, if you go back and pay attention, a lot of the expressions, like Cinder in the elevator when she's talking to Vernal, just her movements and just a subtle, like, her eyes and her mouth. Especially, like, and even, like, Jean, when he was shocked, like, he was like, oh. Like, you know, there was a uniquely different take on the voice, on the face animations episode, which I really enjoyed. It wasn't better or worse than others, it just was noticeably different, but I liked it. I don't know if anyone else had noticed that in the chat.
Well, I definitely noticed with Cinder.
Hunt, don't.
No, Hunt, no.
Don't you dare. Don't. Please. Don't. That will that will actually kill me.
It will kill me too. I love Penny.
Don't. Please. I have makeup on. I can't cry right now. So, we get the big revelation here. What, two, actually.
Yeah.
One was very obvious, and I'm glad RWBY does this great thing of, it does have your obvious plot twists, but it does have your very, very, very what the fuck plot twists as well.
Yeah, we got two of those in this scene alone.
Yeah, but I liked the interaction with Cinder and Raven a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, I've heard so much about you. You're a great leader. You're so powerful. You're so smart.
Yeah.
It's a shame they're wrong. And we see Cinder use other maiden power other than fire, which is a really good thing to see. She freezes. I just loved just the moment I heard it. It broke my heart when Raven just said Vernal
reaching for.
I was just like,
oh.
So and again, everyone will always give. And I mentioned this to Beck before the stream.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh fuck Raven, she's the worst parent. She's the biggest bitch in the world. Oh, she's fighting Cinder. Go, Raven, you're the best. I was like, no, you, freaking, what's the term? What's the term when you make an exception for an issue?
Oh, I can't think what it is.
I want to say silver lining. That's not it. No.
Someone come up with it in the chat, I'm sure. I can't think of it.
When you make an excuse for an issue you have, it's like you're a double standard. Is that right?
Yeah, double standard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think double standard is correct. It's like you double standing bastards, and they're like, you know, because again, I've always, not as much as Adam, but I've always been like, Raven has always had her reasons. You know, even though we don't know them, she could have left her family because she didn't want to bring Yang and Tai into that life.
Yeah.
She was just disgusted what Ozpin is doing, which I don't blame her for, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
Yes, she became a bandit. Okay, that's her one bad, sure. But it was also the family she grew up in, so I can't deem her too strongly on that. You know, she gave Yang a choice. It wasn't a great one, but she did give her a choice.
Yeah.
She was fully aware of the bad person she was to Yang.
Oh yeah.
She was aware of that. And she clearly cared for Vernal. The biggest question I have now, was it Vernal's idea to play the decoy for Raven's sake? Or was it Raven's idea? But Vernal was, because every time Vernal talked, it was always, I'm willing to do what is best for the tribe.
Yeah, she's always very
I will do what is best for you.
Yeah.
You know, so either this was her idea trying to keep Raven safe because she cared for Raven and vice versa.
Yeah.
Or Raven was like, hey, I have this idea, and Vernal was like, I will, because that is the right thing to do for us. You know, all those times when she said that, there was always two contexts to it. It was like, you know, this path won't be easy for us, but we must do what's best for the tribe. They weren't talking about getting the relic. They were talking about the Spring Maiden thing.
Yes.
You know, and all the times, again, the Spring Maiden power happened. Raven either had her hand up, or she had a mask on to hide her eyes. Which, again, someone mentioned, too, that back in Volume 2, the mask didn't, the eyes were open.
Yeah.
But they've gone back and changed that, which might again, the maidens weren't a thing till Volume 3.
That's true.
The concept, they weren't, unlike everything else, they weren't Volume 1 ideas, they were Volume 2 to 3 ideas. So when they decided to give that power to Raven, they decided, okay, let's make her eyes blackened out, so you can't, so that way it's covered.
Yes.
Yeah, I would think, I think Vernal wanted to do it, but whether or not it was her idea or not is the question.
Yeah.
If it was her idea and Raven didn't even want to do it, but Vernal insisted, and then it got her killed, I'm so glad that Raven's reaction was just pure distraught and rage.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that, you know, it's like, oh my god, you know, the idea of, like, you know, my second daughter, the daughter I made up for, which I'm always sad wasn't more addressed, but maybe now that she's gone.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Vernal is dead.
Oh, yeah, you saw her sort of collapse.
I'm still questioning that. I'm like, I'm pretty certain she's dead.
She's dead.
Weiss,
Sure.
questionable. Vernal's dead.
Yeah.
Um,
You saw her take her last breath and go all limp, so...
And Cinder even questioned where's the power, and she wouldn't question that unless she was dead.
Yeah.
Some people will question even, like, you know, Emperial, I want to apologize. You take back. We all know Adam Toss the roof of the story.
No.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm also saying that he, like Raven, I feel has his reasons. They're not nearly as justifiable as Raven's though. Raven can be an anti-hero. Adam is a villain, no question about it.
Yeah.
But he's not. I don't think he's. I don't even. At this point, it's too hard to make up for anymore. Every villain has their own hero. Every villain in their own story is their own hero. That's all. That's a good point.
That is a very good point.
But, you know, Vernal, you know, we get the Grim arm, the Knuckle V arm, as well. And they were addressing that on RWBY Rewind that it was, you know, based off the Knuckle V arm.
I thought so.
And there was even a video, I don't know if you saw it, where it was like the wavy, wacky, inflatable arm flailing two men, and it was just Cinder in a T-pose with arm going.
I saw that.
And it was like a zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing two men.
Yeah.
One of the RWBY animators did that, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's true. We're still not always certain when your eyes glow in terms of the maiden power.
Yeah, from what we've seen, they seem to glow whenever using the maiden power, but... Yeah,
well, again, because if we look back to Amber, all of her stuff before her eyes could have just been dust. Yeah. Because she had a dust star. So her using wind, her using fire, that all could have just been dust. And again, it comes back to the whole big thing of Cinder. What is her semblance? What is her dust? What is her maiden power? That's always the big thing with Cinder. We don't bloody know. If we're going on the logic of maiden power can only be used when the eyes are going off.
Yeah.
Then that couldn't be the case because then where'd the lightning come from? We would have seen Raven's eyes when the lightning happened.
Unless that was actually Vernal using lightning dust or whatever her semblance was. Yeah.
That could be a possibility. That means Cinder's weaponries are not maiden related. Which I question that because when she didn't have the maiden power, she was using actual weapons.
Yeah. Only
once you got the maiden power did you start summoning weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
So, again, you could say inconsistency. I think it's maybe just the level of power you use kind of thing. Like, you can use maiden power, but you can go into a full power state where your power is limitless in the maiden state. It's like kind of like the Avatar. The Avatar can use all four elements outside the Avatar state.
Yeah.
But when he's in the Avatar state, he can use them all to perfection.
Yeah.
So so in that case, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
Like you can summon lightning or create some clouds.
Yeah.
With power, but only in full power can you create a lightning storm.
Yeah.
With lightning and all that, like Amber was doing. It could have been a semblance. Like I thought like at first, like she might have had a lot of Nora semblances are coming in this volume. Vernal could have a similar. Hazel could have a similar semblance. So it's like all these different semblances. But she has the Grim arm. I had a conversation on Discord. It was a surprise attack, so aura isn't in effect. Piercing damage, from what we can tell, kind of negates aura because of the example with Adam, the example with Sienna, but even then that was a surprise attack as well.
Vernal didn't get the chance to activate her aura. It was not expecting that. Yeah.
So yeah, she was her. And again, it wasn't until people kept mentioning it. It was probably the most brutal scene in RWBY ever.
Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal. Yeah.
I didn't even really kind of because I guess I'm a bit more we're all a bit more like what is the word, like you're a bit more used to it.
Yeah.
So it didn't hit me, but then when you keep going back, she's just screaming, and Cinder's. It is really dark.
It is pretty dark. Really, she's screaming while Cinder's pushing this Grim arm onto her belly, and it's horrible. Yeah. I still think that scene with Weiss when she realised that she had been stabbed with the spear, that was pretty brutal to me too. But Vernal screaming though was
but at least but Weiss was like she fainted from the shock, whereas Vernal was fully just kind of like
trying to grab and pull it off, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, well, glass is most likely a semblance, but RWBY mentioned that it wasn't back in Volume 2.
Yeah.
But at this point, we don't really know. That could have been a mistake of her. That could have been a mistake of hers. That could have been.
Vernal got spooky armed. I wasn't too surprised at the Grim arm. I think it's
again, that was the surprise that wasn't surprising.
Yeah, because I already suspected there was something wrong with that arm already, even from like.
Because it was covered. it was just,
chapter 1 of Volume 4 is like something's wrong with that arm. It looks weird, and and it makes sense when Ruby
now
was
brings the
surprised.
question: does she have a grim eye?
Well,
if both her injuries were covered,
yeah,
you know, I mean, her legs are both covered in thick stockings. Does she have grim legs?
They're probably
I
grim.
doubt
I don't know.
I doubt the grim legs, but she could have a grim eye.
Legs.
Some people said that the slit in her eye, I don't know if we mentioned this last week, the slit in her eye was actually a missing eye and not just
it looked like it was missing to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, to me it was just more like that's where the eye would be, just for animation's sake, just so it doesn't get wonky, just so that there's a clear definition of where the eye would be. The black, that's what the black represents. Or it could just be, again, the glasses around her eye, and the black is where the eye is missing. I don't know.
That's a good point, Catilla. Yeah, why screaming when Vanilla broke her aura was pretty horrible too. That was a really...
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad.
That was a really...
And again, it just sucks that more people didn't have more reaction to that, because people will just use the reason, well, Weiss and John haven't interacted for 2 volumes, why should we care? It's like, it still happened.
Yeah.
They still cared for each other.
They still care for each other, exactly.
And again, I'm curious to see what this leads to. I don't think it will lead anywhere significant, like in terms of a ship or anything like that. But even if it does, I'm not necessarily going to be against that. I've still always thought that Ruby and John are going to end up together by the end of the season, end of the series.
Yeah, I always thought that too.
But if it ends up being Weiss, I'm not gonna hate that.
Nah, I don't think it's going to happen.
And again, that's fine. You don't think it's going to happen, but at the same, I don't think it's going to happen either. But at the same time, I'm not going to ridicule and hate the show if it does.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, that happened. All right. But then we get the mask, the ice shattering, and, you know, Cinder, you know, where's the power? Where is it? And I did think for a split second, did it transfer? No, it didn't.
I said that to my reaction. I said, oh, did it go to Raven?
She's had the power for, like, probably 10 years at this point. Like, she probably... Because Vanal, at this point, isn't the person that...
We thought...
That left Leo.
No, so... Whoever...
Because also, Leo might have had more of a reaction, too, when she came out of the portal. So clearly this is someone different, who's just a member of the tribe. So either that she died and the power randomly went to Raven, which I would doubt. Raven killed her, and she got the power, probably not even realizing it was a maiden she killed.
Maybe.
Or she did become part of the tribe, and she simply died and was thinking, well, she's my leader, I think the power should go to her.
Yeah. Hopefully we find out how Raven got the power.
I did hear a really cool idea.
Yeah.
That the reason why Vernal has a phoenix tattoo, or what looks like a phoenix, is because she has a rebirth semblance.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, she can die, and she can't be killed.
Yeah.
She is basically just, you know, much like Ozpin, will reincarnate.
Interesting.
Just not into another body, just into herself.
I do love that tattoo. It's so cool.
And the idea is that Vernal chose to be killed to give the power to Raven, knowing that she would be reborn.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that, except for the fact that I doubt they'd give 2 reincarnation ideas in this because of Ozpin.
Yeah.
I doubt they'd give anyone else reincarnation because that's Ozpin's thing, and that seems to be a really magical, unique thing.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, Carly could also have a 9-live semblance. We've all assumed that Carly has a 9-live semblance. That Carly can be killed 9 times, and until that 9th time, she'll be fine. And, you know, the question still is, you know, like, we know now that Silver Eyes doesn't affect maidens. It affects Grimm.
Yeah.
Like we were told, to be fair. Grimm, that's what Crow told us, but Sailor made us think otherwise until we realised that she was talking about the Grimm.
That was your weakness,
power.
Yeah, and it makes sense when now that we know that Lucinda grabbed that arm, it was all because of
But then that raises the question of why she got so damaged on the tower, and that still could lead to the fact that she was partly Grimmified because of the way
she got the power. Yeah, exactly.
So she had a Grimm essence.
Yes,
you know, she had a Grimm essence basically because that's how she got the power.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't know what else.
That's why she was so significantly hurt.
Yeah.
And again, Ruby didn't even use the Silver Eyes last episode. She unleashed them. She didn't actually use them.
No.
It was like a quick flash, and she got knocked out by Emerald.
Yes.
And because you know, because she was that happened last time, she was very susceptible to injury like that. So that made sense to me. Like, you know, just in that moment, she was like, you know, because she got knocked out the first time she used it, it would make sense that she would be susceptible to getting knocked out this time.
Yeah.
Emerald just quickened the process.
Emerald knocked her out before she could do too much damage. I think because
it was just enough to shock Cinder into her arm being in pain.
Well, the first time at the end of Volume 3, there was nothing stopping Ruby until she just passed out. So she fully unleashed it.
We still don't even know what the power is. If it's just a flash of power, if it's a Super Saiyan form, if it's a...
Yeah.
We still don't know necessarily
still
what it is.
Still don't know, but that was unlimited that time. It was his first time coming out, so it was probably the most potent.
Yeah.
She learns how to control it,
I always forget if the Grim Arm was... I know everyone keeps saying...
It was the right arm.
It was the right arm? I always think it's the other arm.
It's definitely her right arm, yeah. The thing is, though, it was a glove with the little portal thing for the bug. But when she got the power and it went up that arm and it went all through her body, so it could be just her left side was more closer to RWBY when she got hit. I don't know. And Salem might have done other Grimify things to Cinder before all of that.
That's
you don't
true.
know. Maybe.
Again, she could have been simply ritualing her to become what Salem is. Yeah. So it might take years of a process to turn you into a Grimified human. So that she might just been partway through the treatment.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
I still wish Cinder's new outfit had the gap for a tattoo. I'm annoyed that it doesn't. That really bugs me that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's there. Why not show it off? Random theory. What? Wait if Salem? I'm assuming what? What if Salem isn't scared of Silver Eyes because she can steal them like Cinder could the maidens? I mean, I still like the fact and question why Salem isn't more scared of the Silver Eyes. That's all. I've mentioned that like 5 times on these podcasts. It's just an idea I always like, so I'm not sure. What if Jean could steal aura as well as give it to others? That would be a cool twist on it.
It would be, yeah.
That not only can he give his own, he could also transfer others' aura and healing and semblance to other people.
I'm sure it's going to have more to it than just healing. It's got to have some other factors to it, I say.
Well, it also have limitations. It won't just be like, indefinite healing.
Yeah.
There will be limits to him. And one thing I'd really like out of this whole situation would be, what if it would be really cool if, Weiss gets healed, she wakes up, and John's the one that's kind of like, let's not make a big deal out of this. Let's not. Like, wouldn't that be really cool on John's part to be like, you feel the way you do now because I just saved you.
Well,
not because of who I am.
I still don't think that's all going to happen. I could be wrong. The whole shipping thing.
No, but I think there'll be a moment, at least. Like, surely you got to imagine that Weiss is going to be thankful for Jean.
Oh, yeah, well, she'll be thankful, yeah.
And that's what I mean, like, and goes to, like, hug him and something like that, but Jean's just like, let's not go down this path. Like, because the idea...
I think they'll hug and then see the other fighting going on, because there's so much going on at the moment.
Oh, I don't think that will happen until probably after the fight. But then again, the fight might go on till next volume. People have been saying that this might go on. Like next volume might start with the actual kind of invasion kind of thing, and what role Blake is gonna play in this and all that.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's true.
When Neptune will show up, because that's the most important question.
Yeah, absolutely, Team Sun.
Or he's dead, or Leo's just a boss.
I'm sure he's not dead. I'm sure they're not dead. They'll be fine. It's okay.
Well, I think Jean could get hurt again before Weiss, because again, if he's giving his own aura to heal Weiss, then he would be susceptible to then damage or whatever. But right now, it's basically everyone versus Hazel, which is the advantage they now have. Well, and Leo, but who the fuck cares about Leo?
Anyway, Weiss, can we dye your hair red? It's kind of my thing. Oh no.
So
I guess we should chat briefly about episode 13.
Yeah, so episode is titled Downfall.
Yup.
So that could mean the tower's being blown up this episode. That could be one.
Yeah, I think just
Raven or Cinder falls. Hazel or Ozpin falls.
It has Raven on the thumbnail, so I think we're definitely going to see a bit of a Raven Cinder fight here, even if we don't see all of it.
This better be good.
I'm sure it's gonna be.
I hope it's like good. Hope it's Volume 3 Amber fight good at least.
I'm sure it will be. I'm really excited for it. I
want to say Criterion, but I don't think it'll get that good.
Oh, I don't know.
And that might just be because it's not that kind of fight. It's not a sword fight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it could be Adam blowing everything up. That's a point.
Yeah. I still wonder if we're going to see any more of Tyrion, Watts, or Salem's this volume. I would think maybe at the end of episode 14, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm definitely looking. Yeah, the length. So it's a bit of a shorter one.
It is shorter than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be closer to 18 minutes, but you know.
But you know,
I'm sure it's going to.
Again, like regardless, the main fight probably won't be that long. Yeah, it'll be good, but it might not be, you know, minutes long kind of thing.
Because they could have had, like, if we didn't have the 14 episodes, they could have had chapters 11 and 12 as one long episode, with whatever this episode is with 13 and 14 as one long episode.
Let's just be grateful we're getting more.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's like less, even if it's less impactful because it's like over longer times and like not as condensed. Yeah. Let's just be grateful that we're getting more. Yeah, like I would love to see Raven, you know, run away to Ty or something like that. Like it'd be cool just to see. And I want an episode 15 to final.
No, it's gonna finish before RTX Sydney, but I'm sure we're going to get a Grimlock or something else at RTX Sydney for sure.
A what?
Genlock, not Grimlock. Genlock.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll get a Genlock thing. Yeah, that's something too. That's another thing too. Like the same thing of plot armor. I personally hate the complaints about cliffhangers.
Yeah.
I get where it's coming from.
I still hated how chapter 10 ended, but I understand 10? Why.
No, chapter 10. No, you meant
11. Not 10. I mean 11.
But that was the first death cliffhanger. To be fair.
Yeah.
We'd never had a death cliffhanger before.
It's evil.
Yep. No, I don't agree. I think a Bill. I don't know. It's just a technique that is, you know, it's a writing and film technique. You can love it or hate it, sure, but I don't think it's annoying, yes, but I wouldn't call it a bad thing to do because it does make you, it does accomplish what it wants to. You know, yes, it causes depression and anxiety, but it still makes you want to wait that week. It doesn't make what
I think a lot of people signed up for first membership. Then it's just so they'll be able to watch chapter 12 straight away.
You know what? That's actually a really good point. That might be exactly why they do it, so that, you know.
I saw so many people saying they sign up the first.
Should. You should. It's like $5.
Yeah.
No, chapter 10's ending was really satisfying. It was kind of like just sudden. It was a sudden like, oh, it's over. Okay. But at least it was kind of like menagerie resolved.
Is this the storyline complete? Yep.
Yeah. And I thought episode 11 kind of ended fine. I don't think that was a cliffhanger necessarily. Like a cliffhanger is, yeah, Weiss's death. That was a cliffhanger. It's just the way
it ended. It's just I didn't like it.
you didn't like this episode 12's.
Oh no, 12's I was happy with. I just didn't like.
No, episode 11. Yeah, that's a cliffhanger. Yeah. Like, that's like we don't know if Weiss is dead or not.
This is just like 12 was good.
This is like plot twist. You're getting a fight next episode. Like you know, plot twist and fight next episode. That's fine. Episode 9 was again same thing, confrontation. Fight next episode. Now that was the issue because people wanted that episode. So sure, it was delaying it a bit, but again, I think that was more a problem with the episode than necessarily that cliffhanger itself. Episode 8 was. What was episode 8's ending?
All Alone. That was Gira. Going all
that was the same kind of thing with the rest of them, but that was a bit more annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
But even then, it was kind of like reveal. Yeah, I don't know. Again,
well, chapter 9 ended on Blake and Ilya facing off, which wasn't really a cliffhanger, but it just ended there.
It was a cliffhanger, but again, because people thought that fight was gonna happen in that episode. That's why that was.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It wasn't the ending itself, it was the episode. It was the
episode. We were just all hyped up to see what's going to happen at the Belladonnas, and yeah.
The problem is that cliffhangers are overused. I don't agree. Sorry. I disagree.
Well,
yes, would I prefer them to not exist? Sure. But I'm not mad that they do.
Well, I think we should start wrapping it up.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we discussed everything we wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I forgot to say chapter 14, Time Raven in bed. Imagine that's our stock flashback, just them banging.
I can see Raven just sort of grabbing the relic and then using a portal and going to Ty and just getting
Well, again, and that's the thing we should end this off on.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win? Cinder or Raven? I don't know. I'm
really torn on how I kind of want Raven to win, but.
Well, I mean, I'm sure no one won. Okay, see you, Han. Good to have you here.
Hi, Han. Thanks for joining in.
I don't think anyone wants Cinder to win, but at the same time, as someone who's a wrestling fan, wrestling is really predictable these days. To have like a fight where you actually really don't know the outcome of, it's like, whoa. Like Tyrion and Crow was like, you knew neither of them was probably gonna die.
They were pretty equal.
And for this one, I don't think Raven or Cinder are necessarily, apart from, like, they've been in the show long enough for them to die, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Do they have more relevance to stay alive for the firmament? Sure. But I'm not necessarily saying that both of them have to live here.
Yeah. I'm thinking something's going to happen. They're going to get interrupted, or one of them's going to get injured or something. I don't think they'll kill the other.
I would like,
Adam blows up and they're all buried under the school. Yeah.
That could be a very Yes, I know New Japan. I'm aware of New Japan. I know. Yes, it's like, it's one of those things where, that could happen. Like, Oscar could come down, Osmond come down to confront them. Yang could go down to see what's going on, or Ruby could, like, things could happen. Yeah. But this is a grand stage for what would be a massive, like, underground style fight. It's very, if any of you have played Skyrim, it's very Blackreach-esque. The underground vault. Yeah. Place in Skyrim called Blackreach, and it's very similar to that. But anyway, I think
you good?
I think we're about done here. It's very hot, and I have to go cool down before work.
I got going to be doing Dungeons and Dragons stream very shortly.
Yeah. Make sure you guys all go check that out. I wish I paid more attention to that, because I would have actually loved to have been a part of that. I just wasn't paying too much attention to the whole thing. Oh, that's alright. We'll
probably do another game at some point. Yeah. No, it's going to be good. But yeah, all our links, social medias and everything's in the description below, including my Discord if you want to hop on there and chat to us all. Yeah. And if any of you are going to RTX Sydney, and you guys want some like pre-ordered style artwork, like just stuff that, like, basically I'm going to RTX and I'll have like dozens of, if not hundreds of, like, free cards to give to people. That's just like mini versions of all my artworks. Yeah. But if you want kind of like a free full printout version, or multiple, if you want to pay a little bit, then just DM me on Twitter and I'll send you a link. Dawn's art is amazing.
Well, anyway.
Night, everyone. And
hi, guys.
We'll see you all next week to discuss chapter 13. Oh, excuse me.
No, you'll see them all in an hour at your D&D stream.
Yes, well, that's true. I'll see you all in an hour's time on my D&D stream, which is on Twitch, not YouTube, by the way. Yeah. I just see the review streams here. Alright, see you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye.